Yeah, I think Tariq wants to ask you a question.
Well, that's absolutely amazing to hear. You don't realise when you're doing it yourself. I guess like myself, you just get on with it and do it. You just roll your sleeves up, and you're just involved. For you, it becomes a normal part of life. But when you hear somebody else telling you what they're describing, you think, wow, that is a lot of good things going on, which is absolutely amazing to hear. Just a quick question, similar to yourself, we're probably similar ages, to be fair. Do you find now, last couple of generations of cricketers, they're very, very mentally weak compared to our generation when we grew up? We could handle so much more and take so much more before we would actually give up anything. Now it just seems to be, they've had a bad day or they're not playing for a relevant side. It's not going well for them. They want to knock it on the head just with a click of a finger.
I totally agree with you on Tariq, and that's one of the downfalls the South Asian community has. Our generation, we weren't spoon-fed. It was a difficult generation. I don't know about yourself, but my father came 1951
Same
to
here.
Derby. He was probably the second or third Pakistani in Derby at that time, 1951. So it was hard times, We knew the value of money, we knew the value of food, we knew the value of things. With these kids, sorry to say, majority of kids, they get things on the plate.
Yeah.
The bat, the pad, taken to the ground, and
that's just cricket.
Their mental state, because my philosophy is for a cricketer to succeed mentally, they need to be 75% strong. 25% is probably cricket ability.
Yeah.
This is my personal view, not a professional view. My personal view.
Naz, can I just cut in there? In about 50 seconds, we're going to go on a break. But I want you. Do you mind hanging on? The break's going to be about 2 or 3 minutes. But I want you to.
Yeah, that's fine.
I want you to carry this conversation on because I think this is getting pretty good. So let me just read out a few messages. Guys, if you want to WhatsApp, WhatsApp me, Naz or Tariq, the number is 07440 420 432. That number again, 07440 420 432. And if you want to call in, it's 01902 972 150. That number again, 01902 972 150. Naz, if you can just hang on, we'll have you back after the break. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm still here.
Hello, hello, assalamu alaikum. This is Zahid Shah on Drive Time with Zahid Shah on Thursday. I'm with my guests, Tariq Ali and Nazakat Ali from Derby. Naz, Tariq asked you a really excellent question earlier on, and you were answering it, but we had to go on a break. Do you want to carry on and finish off what you were saying?
Yeah, I mean, the question was, Tariq asked the question about mental ability. I mean, it ranges anywhere from 75 to 85%, I believe. Talent can take you so far in life, but when talent is equal, as it is often, with Tariq would agree with me, the formula for success comes from strength of mind. And that's where, I'm sorry to say, the South Asian kids lack. It could, I don't know, it could be due to the food they're eating, due to the lack of responsibilities they're taking in life. I don't know what the matter is, but those that are getting on to become good cricketers are the ones who got strong mindsets, and that's how it is, unfortunately. And I'm seeing it. I'm just going to finish. I'm seeing it from the kids out here. The focus, the concentration level goes. To succeed at a higher level, you have to be mentally strong, because when you fail, you want to come back stronger. You have to accept failure, because in life, you're going to fail. You're never going to be 100% guaranteed success, unless you're the Mayweather, and that's different. But they need to understand how they come back from failure. That's the success in life, especially in cricket.
I think you made some valid points there, Naz, and I think the biggest issue is our cultures aren't set up, our home lifestyles aren't set up to build resilience. You know, kids these days, they're not very resilient at all, and that needs to change, because I worry the next 10, 15 years with people like yourself, myself, and all the other good people that are doing all this good work behind the scenes, you know, it's all going to go, and then where are we going to be in 10 years' time? You know, who's going to take, who's going to be the new Tariq, who's going to be the new Naz, you know, who's going to be taking the next generation forward? It's a worry.
I mean, I'm gonna sort of cut you on this, Tariq, yeah, and I'm gonna say, I mean, I've been involved in 24 years. I've got no coaching qualification whatsoever, just to let you know. Zahid will tell you, I've you know, got a couple of kids. One's played for Derby seconds, and another one, inshallah, should be coming soon. He scored 91 today for Repton. And I don't have the qualifications, but I have the knowledge and understanding, because I've been around some of the biggest coaches in the world, yeah? And my point is, I've never got paid for a session, just to let you know. You know, some people think, you know, these volunteers, they get paid. I've never got paid a single penny in my life for volunteering, nor have I asked for any money. You know, people go and coach. Like today, I've been spending 2-3 hours of sessions. I've never charged anybody. Yeah. But I fear, the fear factor is, there ain't going to be any Tariq Alis in future. There ain't going to be any Naz Alis or Zahid Shahs or anybody, because it's all around what's in it for me now. For these people that are coming across. They're all saying, why should I volunteer? What do I get out of it? Unfortunately, this is how way things are happening. I don't know what the success around that is to how... Yeah, carry on, sorry, Tariq.
I would say, I agree with the points there. I mean, we've started something we've been adding up and going for a few years. We do a lot of youth work, and we're trying to build resilience. We're trying to get good role models around there. We're trying to make more community people. We're trying to kids take more responsibility. So they're no other than home. There is a life outside the house. You know, I'm saying house is important. Of course, it's important, but you know, you've got to manage to survive outside your house as well.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a bit of everything. It's like making a meal. You've got to have the correct ingredients. If you don't, you're never going to get to where you want to get to. And it's house, parents, friends, work ethic. You know, your lifestyle, the people that you're dealing with, the people that you're hanging around with, the sort of stuff that you do, what your pastimes are. It's so much stuff that needs to be put right for our the current generation now. It just...
I mean, I will give you a couple of examples. I mean, Zahid asked me to speak about these. I didn't want to speak about these. One particular lad, I've been taking him to Cumbria, to Somerset, to London, to Newcastle. His parents never took him to a single game.
Oh yes, yes. I mean, I could read all this stuff.
And he's now playing for Derbyshire Seconds. But what I'm saying is, it's been my time, my personal time, where I could have been working.
Yeah.
But this is unfortunately, if I didn't take him anywhere, he would have been lost in the system.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Naz, can I just cut you there, because I know that how much work you've done for that young man, and I hope that because he's 17, 18 now, I hope that one day he's gonna when he becomes a top professional, I hope he doesn't forget all the work that Uncle Naz. Well, can I? I mean, I know you said that they're your lads, but you've been quite humble there, and I don't think Tariq even realizes that the gentleman, the young lad that you've been helping, he's from a different country. The one that you've been helping, he's not even, even close to anywhere near you. But you've been humble enough and kind enough to, see that the kid's got talent. You knew that he probably wasn't going to get that break with his parents, and you've stepped in and you've sacrificed so much, and you've probably lost quite a lot of money during the journey as well.
Yeah, like I said to you, it's if you add up your work time, your fuel time, and all that, because obviously you're not charging anybody. You're doing it for the sake of helping a kid, not for your personal gain, like many people do in life. And may Allah Ta'ala give the guy more success, and he goes on to make it, because Allah is the greatest reward you get from God, nobody else. And I do it for the sake of not personal gain, for the reward from God, and to help these kids. Because I'll be honest with you, people say if you don't help him, somebody else will help him. No, somebody else will put them on the wrong direction, Zahid, as you probably understand.
Absolutely.
What I'm trying to say. Because there's people out there who talk a lot, but when it comes to guidance and help, unfortunately they don't guide you. And this is reality of life, Tariq. Unfortunately, with people out there, and we need more Tariqs, we need more Zahid Shahs, we need more Gulfras, Riyadh, we need more volunteers doing this. How do we get this? Trying to educate these people, trying to get these guys understanding what they can offer the communities, because there's going to be more Tariq Alis in Wolverhampton, but how do we find them?
Naz, can you do me a massive favour, because I appreciate you calling, and I think it'd be unfair. Can you plug your club a bit? Talk and when you have youth training, so that people in Derby who might be listening to the show can actually send their youngsters there. Can you? I'll give you 30 seconds.
So say that again.
Can you give your cricket club a plug, and when you guys have training nights for the youngsters, so people can come down with their youngsters and train?
Yeah.
Naz, we can't hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Sorry, you broke up, Zahid. I didn't understand what you said, mate. All I heard was, can you give somebody a call? Sorry.
No, I didn't say that. Listen, look, give Derby Kongs a bit of a plug, and let people know out there what days you're training, so that they can come bring their youngsters to Derby Kongs and have some good coaching.
Yeah, we have training on a Monday, mate. We're there today as well. It's unfortunately raining today. We've got about 40, 50 people out here today. It's trying to, get them involved, whether it's getting them to the top level or whether it's to the basic level, so they could enjoy the game. This year we're starting from young as 5, so we've got a 10-year plan. So the next 10 years, these kids will be coming into the first, second, third, and friendly teams, and then the following year we start from again and we move up. It's a business plan. It's a business, or it's a 10-year plan that we have for the cricket club.
Naz, listen, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for calling in and sharing your views with us. Hopefully, inshallah, we'll talk again soon. Look after yourself.
Naz,
Thank
nice
you.
to
Take-
speak to you, brother.
take care.
Speak to you soon, mate.
God
And
bless.
you too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.
That was Naz Ali from Derby. It was really nice to hear him.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
doing some amazing work by the sounds of it.
He is. He does a lot of good work, and I think people in Derby sometimes don't recognise Naz's work, and they seem to push him to the side, whereas you might have been pushed aside as well. It happens. People just don't realise, until that person isn't there to
Yeah.
realise how much work that was being done.
I don't think it's being pushed aside. What we do, like I said, we just get used to it. It's a normal day for us, It's
Yeah.
normal for us.
I like that.
We don't feel like I don't feel like I'm doing anything exceptional. I just feel like I'm doing what I should be doing as a human being, trying to help anybody, whether that's through cricket, local community stuff, work stuff, whatever it is. If I can help somebody, I will. That's just my mentality. But I'm thinking that that's just me being normal. I don't think it's abnormal by doing all this extra stuff. And people around me, when they don't see much of me, especially my family, would probably disagree. But I think it's just been normal. And people just get used to you, don't they? I mean, people don't realise how much work goes on behind the scenes. I mean, Naz would probably tell you if he was still on. We put hours and hours and hours of work on just to get games on or get kids playing or arranging stuff and all the logistics and the welfare and the safeguarding stuff that has to be done behind the scenes. It's a lot goes on. It's not easy.
There is a lot goes on. Tariq, we've got about just over 10 minutes to go, and I want to touch on the local community. We've obviously, as you're aware, we've got the local elections today. You're not going to believe this, Tariq. I'm actually standing in.
Congratulations!
I'm standing in Saint. I'm standing in St. Peter's Ward, so I'm up for election, and I'm doing a radio show when I should be out there campaigning. So that just shows you, doesn't it, Tariq? Look at our commitment.
Yeah.
We're both out here. I've been trying to talk to you to get you into politics, but you seem to be shying away from that, don't you?
Politics are not really a political manner for me. Regardless of which party it is, if the individual's doing well for the community, for the
Tariq, can I
individual,
just
that's all
stop you
that
there?
matters.
I've got a very good friend of mine, and you know him as well, Moss Patel.
Oh yes, I
It's
do.
Moss's birthday today.
Oh.
Happy.
If he's listening, happy birthday, Moss.
He is listening. Happy birthday, Moss, and have a great day with your family, and hopefully the young lads are doing well as well. And God bless you, man. You're a good bloke.
Another one who's put a lot of hours in.
Oh, I
For
tell
the
you,
youth,
Moss Patel, Jay Patel. These people have put a tremendous effort, into the game, and they still do. I mean, Moss was coaching at Ford Houses up until last year, and I haven't seen him for a little while, but I hope he's well, and I hope he has a wonderful birthday today. Happy birthday again, there, mate. Yeah, sorry, Tariq. What were you saying?
Completely forgot, man. What was we
Ta-
talking
ta-
about?
that's typical. As soon as you talk about Moss, you forget what's going on. No, Tariq, listen. I mean,
I
I
was
just
talking about the time and the effort we have to put in behind the scenes.
yeah.
Um,
I tell you what. I want to just touch on the community,
Yeah.
right, and a little bit of education for the community, because we've got the BAME community, in Penfields and in St. Peter's Ward, which is with Marines, needs to go out there and express themselves a bit more. We're living in Wolverhampton, and currently at the moment, there's a lot of stuff that's going on which is inappropriate. So I'll give you an example. Like in St. Peter's Ward, there's an amazing amount of fly tipping going on. People are just dumping rubbish everywhere. I mean, they will just dump the rubbish in a junction on a road. Can you believe this? I've seen about 3 or 4 beds, right, just dumped on the junction. They couldn't be bothered to go down the tip. Again, coming down to education. Is this stuff that we're seeing around Penfields as well?
I'm not going to lie to you. It's not as bad as Whitmarines or St. Peter's Ward. It does happen. In certain communities that they think that's a normal way of getting rid of stuff, so they will do it.
Somebody's just texting. Sorry, Tariq.
Oh.
I know Tariq's amazing work he does. It's very inspirational. I don't know where he gets the time. And somebody just said, Assalamu alaikum. I just wanted to say that Uncle Tariq has done a wonderful job with the community. He's there 24/7. Whenever we need him, is there. Every community needs a person like Uncle Tariq. I believe he will help change our community by making it stronger and give the next generation a better future. May Allah bless him. Thank you very much, whoever that was. Tariq, some great words there.
I mean, it's just inspiration like that. And you asked me earlier what keeps me going for all the stuff I do. And it's, you know, you can touch somebody like that, you know, feels it's making a difference. And God willing, this individual will go on in 10 years' time. He'll be the next Tariq, and he'll be inspirational to the next generation of kids. And that's what it's all about, is just keeping it going.
Coming back to the community again, what's Penfield's like? Because we've got a lot of issues with education around the community, you know, fly tipping, and there's so many other issues there as well.
Yeah, I mean, I still have family members living in Penfields, and other than using the mosque there, I don't really go into Penfields that much now. But I presume it is there. You know, every area has their own issues, and these are common issues. You know, lack of space, lack of knowledge of where to get rid of stuff. You know, people just dumping them outside their houses or whatever. It just makes the place look untidy, doesn't it? But then it all comes down to, you know, just having respect for what you're doing. And that's just not in sport, is anything in life. If you can't respect yourself and your own values, how are you going to respect anybody else's values? You know?
Tariq, you're right, and I think it boils down to respect. It does. And if you haven't got love and respect for your area, you know, how do you expect to, you know, have it becomes a vicious circle, isn't it? One person starts and thinks, I don't care about the area, then somebody else does it because he doesn't care, so why should I care?
I mean,
and it becomes a vicious circle, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, I don't like to say this, but we are a herd mentality, you know, as Asians. You know, what's going on, we tend to follow each other. You know, it's very rarely somebody will step out, think outside the box and say, well, hang on, why are you doing this? If it's normal for them, it's normal for me, you know, and it just goes on. But, you know, you just need somebody to break that cycle and say, look, brother, what you're doing there is wrong. You know, don't be shy.
Or sister.
Or even a sister, yeah. Just challenge it. You know, say it's wrong. You know, I wouldn't do it, so why are you doing it? But if you're doing it yourself, how can you be in a position to tell somebody not to do it?
Well, it's ridiculous because, you know, my house where I live, just to the right, there's a bit of grass area, and people come and dump the rubbish there. And why couldn't I do that? I'll, you know, get the stuff in my car, take it down to the local skip, and you know, there's such a great service that you got there with the, I think it's Shaw Lane or Shaw Lane or something like that.
You know, I was down there myself this afternoon.
Yeah, and they do a wonderful job, the guys there, and it's really well organised. And I just wanted to pass a message out to people out in St. Peter's. Listen, don't fly tip around that area. The tip is only about, you know, not even a mile away. Get the stuff in your car. Get one of your friends to help you. Go and dump the rubbish, you know, in the tip rather than on the streets, you know, and make the place look horrible. And on top of that, you get infestation of, you know, animals like rats coming in, you know, and, you know, causing disease. You know, these are the problems. Sorry, Tariq, you were saying. Yeah. Would you like to add anything to what I've just said?
No, you're absolutely right. You've got to have pride in what you do, pride in where you live. You know, it's your area. You make what you want of it. You know, if you're dumping stuff and neighbours are dumping stuff, then it can't be a great place to live in, can it?
Tariq, if you had 3 wishes for Wolverhampton, you know, and you could wish anything, what would those 3 wishes be?
My first wish, and it's always been a wish, is to have a cricket academy, free, no cost at all, where we would have coaches and anybody, any age, any talent level could come and join that and just develop their own skills.
Tremendous.
Second wish would be for good health.
Yeah.
And third wish would be for, as a Muslim community, is that we're doing the right things. We're selling ourselves as proud Muslims and not shying away because we're doing wrong things all the while and attributing ourselves to the Muslim as a Muslim doing bad things. You know, as a Muslim should be proud of who we are, but doing the right things.
That's a great 3 wishes, and I hope that the listeners out there can you know, share those kind of, you know, emotion that Tariq just showed with those 3 answers there. You know, Tariq, we've just got over a couple of minutes. Is there anything that you'd like to talk about? I'm going to hand it over to yourself now because you've been my special guest today. Is there something you'd like to share?
No, just thank you for having me on. I know you've been chasing me for a while. It's always a pleasure to come and share my experiences, and I do have a lot of experiences. And I will say, even live on now, if there's anybody struggling with anything, life, cricket, community stuff, COVID stuff, injection, whatever it is, track me down. I'm always willing to help.
These are some great words from a great man there, Tariq Ali. He does whatever he says he will do. He's a fair guy, and I'll tell you something. He's very fair, and sometimes what happens is people don't like people who are going to be on your face and honest and fair. They'd rather you give them a bit of cotton sort of story, and make them feel good. But it's not the way Tariq works. He's always been somebody who's been very straight, and that's how he does his captaincy. That's how he runs his life. I know his I know his family well, and they're all very fair people as well. We've just got another message coming in. I'm just trying to okay, message from Ramadan Radio Wolves website. He's a great guy. Thanks to Taz for helping me get into cricket, for taking me to games. Bless him. I don't know who that is, but it's
somebody I touched, I presume. But I mean, I've helped so many people over the years. I mean, you've been involved for 30 odd years, and the last 15 years as coach and doing all these extra stuff we've talked about. There's a lot of people there, and it's always nice to hear that they've done well and they've gone on to be good people, and they've not gone down the wrong line. And even that's all we achieve out of it, then at least we've achieved something.
Listen, we've got 30 odd seconds to go. Again, I'd like to thank Tariq. People out there, it's election day today. Go out there and vote for the right person, right, and make sure that you're doing the appropriate voting. I'm seeing people looking through the door there. I'm not going to plug I'm not plugging any parties, but listen, do not waste your vote. There's people out there like Martin Luther King and these two kind of people who died for that. So, Assalamu alaikum to everybody. Have a great evening, and hopefully, inshallah, we'll meet soon again. Take care. Bye.